Catastrophes are not the only things that plague Terra, nor is it what scares people the most. That honor would have to go to Oripathy. We've all heard stories of how terrible and scary these incurable diseases, and how horribly the infected are treated by the uninfected. For something that has existed since the emergence of law, there is still so much that we don't know about it. This is the Arknights lore Compendium, and let's talk about Oripathy. Oripathy is an incurable disease with a 100% fatality rate. It is measured via blood Originium crystal density and cell assimilation rate, and is divided into the early, mid, and late stage, though the boundaries between each stage is not clearly defined. Its danger not only comes from how deadly it is, but also because of the relative ease in becoming infected. Having Originium pierce the skin, or inhaling Originium dust, or just coming into contact with Originium for long periods of time are all ways you can contract Oripathy. It is also possible to contract Oripathy from those who are already infected, although this is said to be something of a rare occurrence. There isn't much in terms of treating Oripathy. Continued exposure to Originium and overuse of arts can accelerate the infection, while some medication and treatment can slow it down. But good medication isn't something everyone can afford, especially when people know how valuable Oripathy drugs are and are looking to make a quick killing. Although Rose Island make it seem like the infected can live a relatively normal life, not everyone has access to the technology and treatment that Rose Island has to offer. The poor people would have to make do with folk remedies like Originium slug juice to lessen the pain. Symptoms of Oripathy can vary, depending on how severe the infection has progressed, and can initially manifest as abnormal shadows and blurred internal organs on imaging tests, Originium particles in the bloodstream, or in later stages, crystals growing out of the skin, usually at the location of the infection. In most cases, these crystals are black, but sometimes they can be of other colors, the cause of which is still unknown. Complications too manifest in a variety of ways, from minor ones like pain and sores to more serious ones like physical disabilities, mutations, and mental illnesses. Some of the more notable ones are listed as follows. For Oripathy patients, it's only a matter of time before crystals start to replace their tissues. Although there are treatments that can remove these crystals to prevent them from causing damage, the fact that Originium is fused with your cells means that you can never get rid of it completely. Eventually, you become more crystal than human, your body fails, and your corpse crystallizes and breaks down into more Originium, becoming a new vector for the infection. Thus, special procedures are needed when handling infected corpses. Because of the dangers of this disease, the infected are often discriminated against. They're forced away from the cities and are shunned by the populace. In most places, becoming infected means losing your job, family, friends, and pretty much everything else. Each nation deals with the infected differently with varying degrees of severity, but in general, things do not look good for the infected. Not to mention that most people are not too keen on supporting infected rights. As time passes, the resentment between the infected and uninfected grows stronger, making any attempts at bridging this divide all that much harder. Perhaps one day a cure will be found, or perhaps people can put aside their differences. It is said that we are the products of our time, but at the same time, just because something is regarded as normal doesn't mean it's right. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.